Hi everyone, thanks for joining me on another Coops Cooks. Today I've got something really special for you, possibly an internet first, and believe me, I know because I looked for this recipe everywhere, I couldn't find it. So what we have is, are you ready for it? Are you? Are you? I think you're ready for it. We've got unicorn sliders, or if you're not American, burgers with bacon horns. So these are really colourful, great for kids to make with you as well. It's going to be so much fun. They're little brioche buns. Nice and rainbow coloured. We're going to dial them, cut them into sections, but the best way to show you really is by making them. So running through the ingredients, I'm going to put a link to the recipe down below in the comments, so don't worry about the exact quantities too much. But in here we've got the strong flour and plain flour. I've got some salt, sugar, some regular acting yeast, not the quick one, some butter, an egg which we'll whisk in a second, and we've got tepid water with milk. So starting with the milk and water mixture first of all, we don't want this too hot, otherwise it's going to kill the yeast, okay? So I've done that for about 30 seconds in the microwave, just nice to the touch. What we need to do first of all is go in with the sugar and whisk that in, just to mix it a little bit, just to combine it. Next we need to add the yeast, but we're not going to whisk it as violently as we did with the sugar because we don't want to break it up. We just want to be really gentle with this. So just let it sit on the top and then very gently just mix to combine, okay? And any bits that are left on the spoon we're going to scrape off because this is really exact ingredients. And then what we're going to do after that is we're just going to wrap the top, okay, and leave that for about 5 minutes just to activate. And now we're going to start with the breadcrumb mixture. So I'm just putting in the flours that are mixed and sifted into the bowl. And then we've got the unsalted butter, just going to mix that in. And what we're going to do is just mix to combine this, okay? We're not going to make fine breadcrumbs, it's just to mix the two together, okay? So that's beautifully combined. We're just going to put this into our stand mixer now. Lovely and foamy now, that yeast. I've got the dough hook in the stand mixer and we're just going to combine the wet and the dry ingredients now. So I'm going to place that in there. Make sure you get every last bit of yeast, okay? In with the egg. There we go. And then dough hook down, slowest setting possible for 10 minutes. Five minutes in now, I'm just going to scrape the flour mixture away from the edges. Spatula. And what I'm going to do as well, at the same time we're going to add the salt in now. If I added it in at the beginning, it'd do some weird science thing with the yeast, okay, and it'd spoil the dough. So I'm going to just place this in now and then another 5 minutes back on there to complete the 10. So that's finished its cycle. That dough is very, very loose, but don't worry, that's how it's supposed to be. All we need to do now is just tip this out. So we've got our dough out now. I've lightly dusted the table just so it doesn't stick, and we're just going to fold this into itself now, okay? Okay, once it's roughly folded in, turn it over. And we're just going to lift this dough mixture now into the bowl, ready for proving overnight. I'm just going to cover that with cling film. So the dough has been resting overnight, just so it rises. Ta-da! And as you can see, it's doubled in size there. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to tip this dough out, okay, onto this blackboard. And the reason being is because I'm going to dye different sections of that dough, okay, and I don't want it dyeing the table because, you know, it's just messy and it'll stain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dye it with each of these colours, red and yellow and pink. You know the song. So what I'm going to do is get these, put them in the dough, give it a little mix around as well, just so it absorbs the colour. And these are gel dyes as well. I just find them a bit easier to work with than the liquid because it's going to kind of run off the dough and onto the sides. And then what I've got some here is some glitter spray. I'm just going to spray the top of the buns as well and make it all sparkly and more, you know, more unicorny and fairy tale like. Our dough is out the bowl. This should be workable now. If it's too soft though or too elasticity, And then just add some more flour like I've done, because mine came out a little bit loose for my liking, okay? And I'm wearing gloves because we're going to use the dye in a second. So what I need to do now is just cut this into 6 separate portions so we can dye them. I'm just finishing the last section now. Just knead it from the outside inwards and then turn it over and just make it into a little ball. Okay, so that's our 6 there. We're going to start dyeing those now. So here's one of our sections. Just place a little well in it and we're going to work with the dye a piece at a time. So I'm just going to, you'll probably end up as well using the whole of this, but just a little bit at a time. Fit it in there, okay, and then just start folding it in on itself. And this bit, I ain't gonna lie, it takes ages to do, okay, but just when you've worked in the dye, okay, just go to the tube and add some more, okay. Halfway through, and that's mixed in slightly, okay, it's marbled at the moment. We're going to keep going with the tube until it's all incorporated, and you can see now as well why I've got the gloves on, so I'm going to just continue this and come back in a second. FYI, I've just figured out it's easier if you pick this up and just squeeze it in your hand, turn it around, and then every so often just dust it in a little bit of flour so it doesn't stick, and just do that. This would be amazing for kids to help you as well. They'll love doing this, getting this dough in their hands. So at this stage, I'm on my last piece of dough, and I just want to show you something, okay? There we go, I've finished that. That's the green one. Look at that green one, it's quite marbly, okay? But like the rest of them, once it sits, all of that colour is going to bleed into the dough, so don't worry about that, and it gives it time for it to rise again as well before we make it into a sausage shape. Let's try saying that. And then cut them into sections as well to make the buns. So all of the sausage shapes are put together now, and we're just going to roll it gently just to combine that. A nice, look at all of that. It's like a rainbow sausage. Once you've got it into sausage shapes, start to twist it, okay, till it goes into a spiral. Again, look how beautiful that looks. Just start twisting it and then rolling it as you go, okay? This is beautifully spiralised now. I've cut a portion with a very sharp knife of the size I need for a slider, and these are sliders, so make them nice diddy little portions, okay? And all you do is you just keep tucking under there, okay, and then roll in your top to get it smooth. And when you've got it to the desired shape, just place it on your greased baking tray. Brioche buns are just out the oven. They took about 20 minutes. Normally they're about 15 to 20 minutes, but I did them 20 minutes and they just came out perfect. One missing, I ate that. I ain't gonna apologise for it. I just had it with some nice butter, nice and warm out the oven. So I'd just like to show you what this looks like inside now. Look at that, steaming, and all the colours, absolutely beautiful. You could use these for anything really, couldn't you? If you can't be bothered by now, just stick some ham in it for the kids. But we're going to continue make the burgers. So every unicorn needs a horn, and this burger is no exception. So what I've got here is some skewers. I've oiled them slightly with just vegetable oil, just brush them. And then get your bacon, dry cure as well, so it doesn't go all watery. And just twist it around like that. I don't know if you can see that, but just twist it down the skewer. Pop it over the top there so it holds in place, and I'm going to continue that all the way down as well. One of these will do 2 horns. Bacon horns are out the oven now on the skewers. I've cooked them quite a bit so they go dry, because if we don't cook them enough and we don't take the moisture out of these, they're going to be all floppy when we pull them off the skewers. And then what I've got as well, just to be a bit extra, is some glitter spray. Okay, and because this needs moisture for it to stick to things, I'm going to spray it straight away as soon as they come out the oven, while there's still a little bit of oil going on there. I'm going to turn them over and then do the other side. Brioche bun done, bacon horn done. Let's assemble this now, okay? Got Aberdeen Angus beef patties there, tomatoes. Now I know everyone likes the bigger tomatoes and cuts them into slices and what have you, but I like cherry tomatoes, especially these ones as well. They're really sweet, so I'm going to chop those into little bits and use that as a base. Some American cheese, or fake cheese I call it. some lettuce, French's mustard of course, if the kids don't like that obviously just don't put it in there, and some good old tomato ketchup. So we've got a pan of a tiny little bit of oil there, burgers in, and we'll cook those until how you like them, medium rare for me. There's our burgers, beautifully plated up, horns on as well. Just going to finish this off with a little bit of extra glitter, just for some extra. There you go. Oh! There you go. Unicorns. Thanks for joining me today. As always, it's a pleasure cooking for you. Please do make this recipe because it's not that hard. Although it is a first, it doesn't mean it's impossible. I made it, you know, you can do it. Get the kids involved, it's lovely and colourful. They'll really enjoy it. If you like these videos and you want to see similar recipes, please follow, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care for now.